Love Sports TV. Back at you once again. Shout out to the LDBC, Lions Den basketball community, to all my subscribers, all of those that watch my content. One of my subscribers sent me something, a video where Stephen A. Smith, I don't know what his deal. Stephen A. Smith has this thing where he gets on these kicks. You know, 1 minute he's just doing a lot of videos about boxing. 1 minute he's doing a lot of videos about tennis. A lot of videos about whatever his fetish is for that time. And right now, I guess because he done kissed up to Triple H, kissed a little behind, and, you know, a few things like that, and just kind of thinking, I think, you know, Stephen A. Smith always has an ulterior motive. If he's sucking up to somebody, then it's usually, he's trying to get something out of it. So I don't know whether it's some kind of endorsement deal, some partnership, something that he's trying to do with Triple H and with, you know, KO Sports and whatever that's is it called, TKO Sports and Nick Khan and Triple H. I don't know what his deal is. But for some reason, Stephen A. Smith decided to open up his mouth about something he knows absolutely nothing about. And you know what? It's okay to say, if you don't know nothing about professional wrestling, it's all right not to talk about it. You know, I just happen to be one of those people that love the sport. You know, there are some things I'm not going to come on here and talk about tennis, because that's not my thing. I'm not going to talk about baseball or golf, especially, or NASCAR, or nothing like that. You know, and there are some things that if you know little about it, I really would look stupid trying to talk about NASCAR. I'd be like, man, Dale Earnhardt, man. First of all, Dale Earnhardt's been dead for 20-something years. So that would be stupid. Even Dale Jr., I don't even think he races anymore. You know, stuff like that. I know just a handful of names, and none of them play anymore. So it's like, if you don't know about something, it's okay to admit you don't know nothing about it. But what happens is when you talk about something you have no idea what you're talking about, you make yourself look dumber than a bag of rocks. And so Stephen A. Smith decided to open up his mouth and give his top 5 or 10, I don't know what it was, I think maybe top 5 favorite greatest professional wrestlers of all time. And I don't even have to go down the list. Y'all know Ric Flair is my GOAT. You know, if you want to plug any of them in there, Bruno Sammartino, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, you know, Hulk Hogan, you know, Triple H, whoever you want to plug in there, The Rock, you know, so many wrestlers, Roman Reigns, even in this modern era, so many wrestlers you could put in that top slot, top 5, Mount Rushmore, whatever, you know, if you go back to the old days of NWA and, you know, all those guys, Arn Anderson, Dusty Rhodes, Tully Blanchard, all those guys. But when you start talking about Bill, that's how Russell Chop, I'm going to tag you on this because I want you to see just how ridiculous. I hope you do a video on this. Please, brother, one of your loyal subscribers, please do a video to this just for me. I'll send you a Cash App donation just so you'll do it because I want you to see how ridiculous this thing is. This guy, Stephen A. Snitch, Mr. My hairline is running away from my face, got Bill Goldberg, Bill freaking Goldberg as the GOAT. How? What on earth makes you believe a guy who can't even wrestle, he has 3 moves at best. The jackknife powerbomb, what is that? The jackhammer, that wasn't even right. The jackhammer, the sloppy clothesline at that, a spear, and that's it. He got 3 moves. I know Hulk Hogan didn't have a lot of moves, but geez, at least he could have a match that lasted, you know, that could be about, you know, Hulk Hogan, he could at least do a suplex, a body slam. Goldberg can't even do that. You try to get Goldberg to do a suplex, man. And it was disrespectful to Brock Lesnar, who I really admire as a professional wrestler. All-American athlete, played football, even got to walk on in the NFL because he was a freak of nature. You know, Brock Lesnar, who get in that ring and can grapple, he can slug and all this stuff, all these things. Guys like Bobby Lashley had to downgrade themselves to try to make this bum look like he knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Goldberg is, man, he is loud. He's one of the, I'll tell you this, I'll make him top 5, but he'll be in the top 5 worst in-ring performers of all time. You know, don't let this dude deceive you because he was big and athletic, man. But Bill Goldberg was a joke, man. And this is why Stephen A. Smith has no business talking wrestling. I don't want to hear nothing else out of your mouth about no pro wrestling. Stick to the matter of fact, stick to the NBA. Don't talk football. Jason Whitlock was right about you. Like, don't talk no football. Don't talk no hockey, tennis, none of that. Stick with the NBA. And it happens to him, you don't know what he's talking about in that. LeBron James, LeBron James. This brother is on another, everybody's Stephen A. Smith, everybody's on another level. You ever notice that? Everybody's on another. This brother is on another level. He's on another level. This brother is on another, everybody can't be on another level. I'm gonna tell you, 20 years ago, I loved Stephen A. Smith. And he's like, because I was 24 years old when I was a young dude right out of college. I was enjoying listening to Stephen A. Smith. Because at 24, I had that maturity level, not really understanding sports the way I understand it now. So to me, you know what I'm saying, young brother like me, I just thought, I'm into hip hop. He's, talk that slang, kind of reminds you of LL Cool J when you hear him talk, New York brother, And, that was cool, when it was, he was on the radio, on Fox Sports Radio talking, about sport, about basketball. And it was cool to hear him talk there. Allen Iverson is on another level. Everybody's on another level. Everybody. But when you bring that level of, like, I'm going to be honest with you. Stephen A. Smith, I do believe he's a very educated dude. I'm not putting him down. I've actually borrowed some of his, I think his vocabulary is excellent. I think he's a great writer, sports writer, all that stuff. You check his resume. Stephen A. Smith, he ain't stupid, but he talked a certain way to try to cater to a certain dynamic. Just like Donald Trump, like all his foolishness, like trying to cater to his base, whoever the person is, they always gonna play a little bit more of a character that's not what they really believe. And, Stephen A. Smith, for years, he did that. And now he looks stupid. And now he's almost 60 now. And still talking that same mumbo jumbo garbage. And he almost seems like he don't even really read his notes before he comes. Sometimes he shows up unprepared. Like he can't answer simple questions. Like when the athletes come on there, he don't know what he's talking about. When Triple H and them come on talk about it, he don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about WrestleMania. Man, I remember Jake the Snake Roberts. Man, Jake the Snake Roberts ain't wrestled in 40 years. I'm like, dude, at least talk about somebody in this last decade, in this millennium. Like, he's just, dude. Although he's embarrassed when he talks NFL football. Don't get me started on that. But it's just like, Stephen A., just in closing this video, if you don't know something about something, it's okay to just say, I'll pass. Or actually do the research and learn about the subject matter that you're going to talk about before you come on there and make yourself look even dumber. And then I hate the way folks try to make black folks look like we have no education. You come on there, you are enforcing, you know what I'm saying? This, Stephen A., you be taking us back, brother. I'm pleading this case to you, brother. If you're going to talk about something, do the research or just don't talk about it. It's okay. Everybody don't know about wrestling. I'm a nerd. Got Wrestle Chop, all us. Lex, Delex, he used to be called Delex, now he's just Alex. Good mic work, Solid Monster, these guys, JD from New York. You know what I'm saying? We're wrestling phenomenal. We love wrestling. And that's what we talk about. I don't even talk about it that much, but at least when I talk about it, I know what I'm talking about because I've been a wrestling fan for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, just leave it alone. Leave it up to the experts. I don't even talk about it like Solomon and them do, because they really know. They study this stuff. They about this life. So Stephen A., please, I'm taking away your pro wrestling card, your membership card. You have lost your license to talk about professional wrestling. This is Brandon Love Sports TV. Y'all, please like, subscribe, donate to the channel. You can donate to the super chat, or you can cash app me. My cash app is $BRANDONSPANKENNU. This has been your boy, Brandon Love Sports TV. Shout out to the mighty LDBC Lions Den community. I'm out. Peace.